In this video, we are going to be going over importing into ThunderPOS from an existing Shopify or WooCommerce store. This is for those who have already got a e-commerce store and they're wanting to use that data as the basis for their ThunderPOS database. So over here, we've got ourselves a brand new store with only 3 items in it, the system items. And we've already got it configured with the integration to Shopify and to WooCommerce, but we're going to demonstrate using Shopify. The two processes are very similar, with just a couple of differences based on the options, but we're going to just do Shopify for the moment. So we go over to System Administration and then Import. So this is also where you can do the spreadsheet-based importer, but if you have your WooCommerce set up or your Shopify set up, you'll see these buttons here for import from WooCommerce and import from Shopify. So we are going to hit that import from Shopify button and then go import the body into Notes. And you can choose between different fields, but Notes is the longest one. So anything that's more than 50 characters is going to get cut off if you send it to description, for example. We'll import the product type to category, and we will import the Shopify vendor to manufacturer. We're going to choose not to update existing items. This actually won't matter because we don't have any existing items. We are going to mark new items to sync with web. That means as they get updated in the future, they will be synced back and forth with the website. If you don't check that, then that just means that the items won't be updated by ThunderPOS when you update them within the software. So, if you change the price on ThunderPOS, it's not going to change it on Shopify if you don't check this box. We are going to choose to import pictures. It's going to import the first picture because ThunderPOS only supports having 1 picture per item. And finally, we'll choose the option to generate a random SKU if you've left the SKU blank within Shopify. If you don't do this, then any blank SKU items will just be rejected and won't be imported. So we're going to do this. Our Shopify store is relatively small, just for the purpose of demonstration. If you have a very large one, this may take quite a while, especially if you are importing pictures. I would probably set aside about a second per item in order to make sure that it's going to have enough time to fully import. I think the Shopify store we are working with here has maybe 20 to 30 items. So it has completed now. We are going to exit here and go back over to our items and see the results. So you can see that we've actually brought in a great many items here. Like I said, it's not the largest store in the world, but we are going to just take a look at one of these items. And you can see it's come in with a picture and just with some of the information that we had on the Shopify website, such as our stock level, our price, the weight. If you do WooCommerce, it'll also get length, width, and height if those are set, but Shopify does not have dimensional information. So, that's all there is to it. It's very simple. You can get going in a matter of minutes, and then you have your information set up to go within the system. So this can be really a quick way to get into ThunderPOS from your existing store. We're going to go back over to the importer, and I'm just going to bring up the WooCommerce one. So just to kind of show the difference here, you can select if you're importing new or used here because variations are optional with WooCommerce. If you've actually set up items to do an attribute for new and used, then you'll want to select the option for that. In this particular case, that's not set up. There aren't actually any attributes set up in this WooCommerce store. So that's why it's not offering me that option. And then it is actually almost always you're going to want the long WooCommerce description into your notes and your short description into description. But there are options there just in case it's different. If you're doing anything super complicated with WooCommerce beyond what the average user is doing, you may end up needing to export your items as a spreadsheet and then use the spreadsheet version to manually map that spreadsheet to fields. But for most people, these much simpler importers will work. So give that a try. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact support. We're always happy to help new customers with these tools, but we're hopeful that these will give you a great way to get going very quickly from your existing data on Shopify and on WooCommerce.